Hey, you guys! It's so good to see you. It is Thrive O'Clock here in Thrive and Edu community here on Facebook. If you are coming in from Twitter, YouTube, our Facebook community, somewhere else, EduMatch, wherever you are, thank you for tuning in, and we hope that you'll come, and we invite you to come into our community. Today is Friday! Woo! How you doing, Rachelle?
I'm doing great. I am excited because it is Friday. It's another Thrive O'Clock. Think back last week whenever I didn't realize who I was talking to because I had a unicorn and an I don't care bear waiting for me when we joined in. But yeah, it's Friday and it's great. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great because today we have one of my favorite buddies on here, Mandy Froehlich. How you doing?
Hi, good afternoon. I'm doing well. It's Friday. How can you complain? It's the last day of the week, and that's amazing.
I plan on drinking some tea later on. What about you guys?
I'm drinking coffee. I'm legitimately drinking coffee. Like, that's not even a lie. So I'm drinking too. It's just coffee.
I'm drinking water. Can you believe it?
No.
I can believe it. I can believe it.
Yes. User, whoever you are.
Facebook user, yeah. Hey, Andrew. All right. Andrew is so great for joining in. He's always he's probably wondering why I haven't asked him about joining me in for, I don't know, Facebook Live recently, but I gave him a couple weeks off. So
yeah, like he introduced me to this wonderful, amazing person called Captain Jack and Coke, and I have never
I did see that last week. Yeah, that was hilarious. You and Mandy on Saturday morning. That was good stuff.
Yes, it was crazy. Oh, it's Wendy. Hey, Wendy, so glad to see you. So, thank you for joining in, and let's get to some business. Mandy, a lot of things are coming out of your a lot of things are happening in your life right now. I'm sorry, I can't finish.
A lot of things are coming out of my what now?
You're doing a lot of things. So you have a course coming out. You have a new book that's out. It's been a great week. I joined in your book launch on Sunday night, so that was great to see as well. A lot of people joining in, checking it out. So many resources shared. So thought I would just fill in there a little bit for Melody. Yeah. Have her back. Hey, Melody, you didn't notice. I did something different today. I'm not actually in my big chair.
I noticed. I didn't want to mention that you're in your bathroom though, so I thought we would keep that on the down low.
It's okay. Just mix
Was
it
that
up.
Blue's Clues that used to? Is that Blue's Clues that he used to sit in the big? Was it the big red chair? I think it was the big red chair.
Yeah.
Pee Wee Herman did too. I thought, right?
That's
right. Yeah. There was that girl too, Lily Tomlin. What did she play?
Yeah, she did. She pretended she was the little girl. Was that Saturday Night Live?
No, it was like on where's Oscar the Grouch on? What is that called? Sesame Street.
Sesame Street?
What is Sesame Street?
I don't know. Anybody who's watching, always, you know the answer.
Skippy.
Yeah. Laura, it's nice.
Yeah, right.
So I'm glad you're comfortable in your bathroom, but let's get back to all the wonderful launches that Mandy is doing. Congratulations, Mandy, on your launch of your workbook for the Educators Matchbook this weekend. And you also have some courses coming out. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so I just happened to, I've been working on like projects for other people for a really long time. And at some point I was just like, enough is enough. I've got my own projects to get done. I need to focus on that. And for me, it really was about setting a boundary. Like I'm working all this time on everybody else's passion projects and I'm not working on mine. And so at some point I was just like, okay, it's time to get my stuff done. And so I had been working on this. It's legitimately a workbook. It's called the Educators Matchbook, and it's a companion guide to Reignite the Flames, but it's also a standalone book. So you can just purchase the book. I put some information in the front that you need in order to finish it. And so it's companion to that, which Reignite the Flames came out, I think, in May. And so the whole thing with the Educators Matchbook is that it's like practical application of some of the things that I talk about not only in my resilience workshop and presentations that I do, but also in Reignite the Flames. So that's out there. And as part of that, I decided to also put together a mindfulness course. And I actually have the mindfulness course in two separate things. It's just a mindfulness course for the everyday person, but then I also narrowed it down to mindfulness course for educators. And the course is really about, it's not about teaching teachers to teach students mindfulness. It's about teaching educators how to practice mindfulness, because mindfulness is it's a very specific skill. You can't, like if you told me, show this student how to do this algebra problem, if you showed me quickly how to do it, I could probably show them. Mindfulness really isn't the same thing.
Right.
And so it really is something that you have to practice, and that you have to have strategies and things like that. And so I put that together for educators. So there are some parts in there that are specific to educators. Like, for example, in the first module, it talks about some pieces of mindfulness. And then it says, if you want to practice this with your students, here are a few videos that can help you with that. And so it still does have that specific, educator focused as well.
I love that.
And then, yeah, thanks. And then I also have a free educator mental health and burnout webinar coming up as well. I think that's on maybe the 10th. You can find it on my website. I actually don't remember when it is. But it's, Laura, it's so true. So Laura said, funny how we teach mindfulness but aren't good at practicing mindfulness. Teachers, I think, in particular, are some of the worst people at being able to practice mindfulness, because it's a skill where you have to be in the moment. And we tend to be future thinkers, right? Like, what's going on next week? What's going on next month? My students need to graduate. How do I get them there? And so in times like this, where the future is hazy and we don't know what's coming, it can be even more overwhelming for us, because we don't have anything to look forward to, and we struggle living in that moment. And so, mindfulness is really, like, if we typically focus this much on the mindfulness moment, like in the moment between the past and the future, mindfulness is about expanding that moment, so we're living more in the present. And it's definitely something that as teachers, it will help us with resilience as well. So I'm pretty passionate about it.
Mm-hmm. I just want to say that learning to live in the present is such a gift.
And then you laugh when you say that. That's true, though. But
that's so punny. So punny.
It's hard to do. I mean, with so many things going on, it is hard. Like Laura said, I mean, the mindfulness, it is very difficult to do. And I've been in the last month, well, actually 2 months, probably using that mindfulness meditation app, Jabu Mind, that I keep sharing with people because it's free for educators. They have tons of blogs, lots of resources. They have SEL resources that are out there too. But that has truly forced me to stop and to take breaks throughout the day. And there's a lot of them out there, but this one I really like. And that is, aside from Melody telling me to make sure I live my life, even though I always joke and say she's telling me to go get a life.
It's a very fine line.
Yeah, but living in the present and taking each day and doing something for yourself or whatever. So
heck yeah, I love it. I've been totally living in the moment this whole week with this, stuff going on, the things that we can talk about.
I'll take a hard pass on that one.
Well, this week in so many ways, it's just been an absolute crapshoot. I mean, and I mean everything from, I was joking with this. I do these blended learning seminars, and I was joking with a person who was helping me with them, and we were saying it was even before the election. We said, we have all the things going on. Tech's not working because Mercury's in retrograde, and we've got full moons, and we've got like the pandemic, and then we've got COVID cases getting worse, and then we've got the election coming. Like, it's a crap show, absolute crap show. And I'd say the S word, but Rachelle doesn't allow swearing, so it's a crap show.
I wish you would say the S word. I'm just like sitting there hoping it comes out on accident. But I just feel jolly today. I mean, I feel like I'm winning today. Okay, I got my new outfit on. I'm sorry, I'm listening to everything you're saying, but in my head, I just want to laugh. And it's Friday, and I'm just like, can we tell the jokes?
Well, that's just the thing. I am the worst person ever to have on anything fun because they're like, "Oh, tell us what you do," and I'm like, "Oh, sad, anxiety, cry." Like I can't. Like my whole job is about talking about difficult things. Like I don't know how to make my work happy. Like, it's just. I'm sorry. I'm like that person. I'm like the Eeyore of every group. Everyone's like laughing, and I walk over, and they're like, "What do you do, Mandy?" And everybody walks away crying. Like I don't know what to do about that. It's terrible.
No. Well, you
I
know,
don't think that at all. You make me laugh more than most people. I don't think that at all.
I agree. And Melody, last week, just talking about toxic positivity or positoxicity, however you want to say it. No, but I'm just glad that you're here, Mandy and Melody.
Yeah.
Aw, thanks.
Yeah.
Let me cover my ears. Yeah. See, Laura's right with me, covering her ears. Cover her ears too. Earmuffs.
I don't know what it is about cussing, but I love it. Like I thrive. We're going to talk about thrive. I thrive in the atmosphere when people just let loose and be real. Like I am just all over that. But it's okay. I also like the word crap, so it's all good. And we always end up talking about it with Mandy.
Yeah.
So there's
No,
that. I didn't mean anything about I love what you do. And you were talking about, teacher mental health before it was ever a buzzword, before it was popular. So this is like what you do. And I don't think it's depressing at all. I mean, and Eeyores, we've been talking a lot about this in some communities. Like, are you a Tigger? Are you an Eeyore? Do you have to pick one of them? Can you be both? Is it bad to be one all the time? You know what I mean? Like, or why can't I be Piglet? I feel like I fit Piglet.
Yes. Yes. So Tigger would put me over the edge. If I was a Tigger bouncing around like that all the time, I couldn't do it. Like I would love to be Piglet though. Piglet was always very grounded and said super smart things for such a little pig. Like he really did. He was insightful. Yeah. I'd like to be Piglet.
And a very good listener. You're right. Like a very good listener. Yeah, I love that. Knew how to be a great.
He was a good friend. I mean, although I probably have Pooh's constant desire to look for food, so that would probably be, where I'd fit with Winnie.
Laura's a Pooh.
Yeah, Laura's a Pooh. Why? I have a joke about this. Why was Tigger playing in the toilet?
Oh,
he was looking for food. He was looking for food.
I was going to say that, but that was way too predictable.
What are you?
Did you find that? Did you find that on the inside of a Laffy Taffy?
Laffy Taffy, yeah.
I think so, actually, to be honest. I learned it in elementary school. I've never forgotten it. Who are you, Rachelle, in the 100-Acre Wood? Who's your character?
What's the 100-Acre Wood?
You know where Pooh lives.
I'm sorry. I'm not familiar.
I'm sorry, what now?
Paddington Bear? I don't know. Scooby-Doo?
What? How can you not know Winnie the Pooh?
I know who Winnie the Pooh is. I just don't relate to Winnie the Pooh, Piglet, or Eeyore. I don't know.
Okay.
Wonder Woman?
So what cartoon character do you relate to?
She's Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman. Yeah. I don't know about that.
Is that superpowers? Yeah, I guess that's a cartoon character.
I'm Jem because I'm truly outrageous. Truly, truly, truly outrageous.
Geez, that's a hard one. That's a hard one when you have like the full scope of all cartoon characters ever. Like, yeah, that's hard. Like, there's a lot of them out there. Like,
I can't think of any. Like Mighty Mouse. I don't know. Just Sylvester the Cat, Tweety.
Yeah, because you could go anywhere from like, from like anime to Winnie the Pooh. I mean, that's a broad spectrum.
You know who I would pick?
Anime. Who would you pick?
I don't know any anime.
It's probably going to be ridiculous when I say this.
No. What's the Avatar? Avatar show is anime, right?
What the heck is Avatar show?
No, Avatar with the kid who's bald and he's got the arrow on his head.
I know
No?
less
Okay.
about that than who.
I want to hear this weird thing that you're going to be, Rachelle. What were you going to pick?
I was gonna. I can't even say it.
Say it.
Okay, either Foghorn Leghorn or Pepe Le Pew. Because they were witty. They had humor.
I see.
I'll say
it again.
I don't even.
Or Tweety Bird. I don't know.
I'll sit it. I can do it. Yeah.
How do we get into this conversation anyway? I'm not real sure.
I don't know, but I'm struggling with Pepe Le Pew because Pepe Le Pew was like, he was kind of a womanizer, was he not?
Well, I wasn't going there with that one. I just thought he was. I thought he was nice. And kind of.
He was nice. He was real nice.
Okay, if I disappear.
He was smooth. I like it.
He was.
It goes to show that you don't have to be a Tigger or an Eeyore. You can be freaking Wonder Woman or Pepe Le Pew, whatever you want to be. So, or anime. You know, my kids would.
Yeah.
Whatever. Be who you want. Be all of them. You know. And here's the thing. Here's the thing that I used to, when I first got on Twitter, I was very attracted to all of these positive people that were putting positive things out all the time, you know? And that's why I started following a lot of people that have a huge following. But now as I'm older, because I'm good, y'all, I don't know if you know this, but I'm turned 40 next week. And now that I'm older and wiser, I realize that who the F can be that happy all the time? And are you really a good teacher? I didn't say the word, but I thought it. I'm sorry, Rachelle. Here's the thing. Like, you're going to have a bad day and you're not going to be the same. I'm not the same person I was 5 years ago when I first got on Twitter. You know, we change and we're still really good people. We're still really good teachers, even if we're not fitting in all these molds, all these absolutes that are constantly being thrown at us all the time. And that's what I'm tired of, is the absolutes. I don't think in absolutes anymore.
The blanket statements, I think, are the part that really hurts. That hurts people. And, you know, one of the things that I always kind of laugh about is that I used to be, like, I can be sarcastic and stuff now, but I used to be really super, super negative, like all out, super, like negativity just drew me in. And I've told this story to her before, so she knows this, but Tisha Richmond, one of my best friends, right? Now, when I first met Tisha, she drove me nuts because I was so negative that I'm like, there's no way somebody can be that nice. There is no way somebody can be that positive all the time. And she really, truly is. She's like a flipping unicorn, that chick. Like, when she poos, it's glitter. Like, and it's glitter all over the place. And the more that I hung out with her, the more I was like, oh my gosh, she seriously is like this. And she was so happy all the time. And I just wanted to be like that. And, you know, there's a couple of our friends that really, like, they created a more positive me just by me being around them and not wanting to be so negative anymore. And I really do credit, you know, Tisha, Rachelle, like all of you guys with that, because I'm definitely not the same person that I was 10 years ago. Right. And, but it really is, like, back to your point, Melody, it really is the blanket statements that really hurt everyone. And sometimes, not sometimes, every single time I put something out about teacher disengagement or teacher engagement or teacher burnout or whatever it is, on Twitter, if I say teachers are burnt out, people will respond to me with, we're not all burnt out. I'm not burnt out. And if I put teachers are doing so well and they're you know, you guys are all rock stars, I'll have people respond with, well, I'm not doing well, you know. And so it really is, and Twitter is just its own beast, because you can't address every single scenario going on, you know, in one tweet. But yeah, I mean, you have people just all over the place on every side of the spectrum. And I think as long as you're willing to be vulnerable and positive, and you know, that's kind of the best place to be.
Totally.
Agreed.
Okay. I love everything that you said. and this is definitely one of my favorite conversations. But here we are. This is the week we have to do. This is inspired by Brianna Hodges and Lainey Rowell, since they came to our show with their Lemonade Learning podcast, the sweet and sour of the week. And you might have heard it as rose and thorn. So we always talk about like what are the good and the bad things of the week. And I'll let either of you start, and anybody who's watching, whether it's on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, wherever you're coming from, let us know let's talk about the sweets of the week, the good things. Does anybody want to go first?
All right, wait time. I'll go first. I always wait. I count to 10. The sweet and the sour, well, the sweet is going back to school yesterday, first day hybrid, and tremendously nervous about it just because of the whole change and getting back used to everything and cleaning and all of that. But it was so good to see the kids. I mean, it was just great to see them come in, to see like how much they've grown over the summer, to have the conversations in the same space, although distance space. So even though I was, like I said, really nervous about it, as soon as they started to come in, like I was just so excited to be there.
Oh, that's awesome.
That is really cool.
Yeah,
I thought it's
great.
earlier this week, but it started for you yesterday. You've just been preparing for it this week. Okay.
Right.
Got it. Wow, that's a good one. What about you, Mandy?
I probably have to go sort of along those same lines, but not exactly the same. I had the opportunity to work with Dell and the Girls Who Game. It's Microsoft and Dell and Girls Who Game. And so I am coaching coaches of the Girls Who Game initiative. And in the last week, I was able to get on and do a launch with students, with the girls, and run through the program and talk a little bit about Minecraft. And the first time I did it, I actually I had to hand it off to one of the coaches for a few minutes because I was actually starting to tear up and getting really emotional because I haven't worked with or seen kids since February.
Wow.
So, because I don't have a class, and so I work with teachers. I work predominantly with adults. I mean, I've seen my own kids, but they don't count. And so I got really super emotional about it, and it was really good. I'm excited to continue that partnership. So,
wow, that is so cool. I love that. And I don't have anything sweet like that. Those are good sweet things. I have had a good week. Number one, I had a lot of sweet stuff happen. I had a fantastic time with when we did our Halloween special last weekend. It just started off this good week. And then on Wednesday, I had a great book chat with Valerie Sousa. The thing is that it was story time, and I just really enjoyed the story time. It was really cool. And then yesterday I got to do an educator spotlight with Kristen Nan, and I don't know, we talked afterwards. We talked for like an hour afterwards, and I feel like I owe her money for therapy, and it just really but it was a really good moment. It was really positive, and I love that I'm just with you guys, like I'm in this community where all these people are here to lift each other up. Even the hearts of like this week hasn't been super easy by any means. And I've gone through some roller coaster emotions like everybody else for sure. But it's just when you attach yourself to good people, like you were saying, Mandy, positive people, like it really does just, lift you up. And somebody's saying, Laura says, oh, yes, Zigazoo teacher take. You were telling me about this, Rachelle.
Yeah.
I'm sorry you're sick. That's terrible, Laura. What were you telling me about the Zigazoo thing that we could do?
Oh, the Zigazoo app. You get the app, and Laura has a teacher takeover this week. So she's been recording the prompts, and each day there was a different prompt. So she introduces the telling numbers, the animals, the colors, singing happy birthday, and you just record the video, and the kids just go and repeat it after her and make their own video. It kind of works like TikTok and Instagram together. So social media for kids, and a nice platform. My students love it, but she created all the prompts for this week, and they're a lot of fun. So check out Zigazoo.
Cool. Yeah. And I'm glad you told me about that. I just want to do that today before, because it's, pretty early still here in Alaska. Yeah. Okay. So now so Laura said she's been sick. So anybody who's watching that's sick, we're sorry. Hope the weekend you get to rest and relax. What's the sour of the week? Who wants to go first to tell us the crap of the week?
I've got two. Is it okay to share two?
Yeah.
It's funny how quickly you can think of the crap. but it's so much harder. You're like, oh, sweet. I don't know, Um, so one crap of the week was that my son actually yesterday had to get tested for having COVID a second time. So he's already had COVID, and he had to go in and get tested again yesterday because he's sick again. And so they think he might have it a second time, so he can't go back. He has to be quarantined and stuff until he gets his test back. So that was one crap of the week. And then the other crap of the week, I shouldn't even say this on here because it's so sad. It's so sad for me. My dog had a seizure the other day, and so that was really that was massive crap too. She's better and seems to be acting fine, but that was my exciting week.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that on both accounts.
Yeah.
Is she? Did you take her to the vet? Did you find out why she was getting the seizure?
No, so it was a massive seizure. Like and all the things were happening. And my first inclination, and now that she's fine, like I can kind of say this, like I legitimately looked at my daughter, and the words that were coming out of my mouth were call 911. And then I'm like, oh wait, it's a dog. Can't actually do that. She might be my baby, but nobody else is going to look at her that way. Like, I just wanted somebody to help me. And, but I was reading up on it, and it said, as long as they don't have a seizure more than once a month. And I'm like, whose dog has seizures once a month? Like that doesn't, so I don't know. So I'm waiting to see what happens. She seems to be okay.
That's good.
Yeah.
She's the Saint Bernard. So she's a big girl. So like when she went down, it was hard they're like, you can't hold her, you can't do anything because she's, almost as tall as I am. So
when I was in college, I had a dog, and I named her Harmony. So it's Melody and Harmony. I loved her so much. And I moved to Texas, and I got her the next month. So she just kind of grew up with me. She'd ride home back with me whenever I went to Missouri, or just actually when I went anywhere, because I did a whole bunch of, what do you call those road trips when I was younger? And she was just a great car dog. But she was the first time when, those funny bumper stickers, but people are dogs, or people are dogs too. Well, that is true, but it says, but dogs are people. But dogs are people too. Like I actually found myself feeling that one time, like she was my baby, but also people are dogs too. It goes both ways. So I am always interchanging. All right, Rachelle, what is your sour of the week?
I don't really think I had a sour, if that's possible. I mean, there was one day earlier this week where everything hit me and I hit a wall and I just had my moment. And then I recovered from it in about an hour. I was fine. I went for a walk. I took a nap. I felt better, but just the stress, a little frustration. So, but it's all good.
Yeah, people are dogs too. Let's see, Laura agrees with me. Well, I'm glad you're feeling better. My sour of the week is just, I don't even want to talk about my sour of the week. It's just, my house is completely insane. And after I get off here with you, I have to go clean it. Like I've just let everything go. My kids, we've just taken a break this week, and it's been fun, but now I have to go clean up and do all of those wonderful chores. But I guess that's not a really bad sour. It could be a lot worse. Yeah. I was going to say, weren't you really tired of one day this week? Okay. Yes. See, yeah. Laura.
She knows me well. She's always there for me. And I did have some moments, but that's okay. It's all good. We all have our moments.
Those are allowed. Yeah, no doubt.
We have our moments for sure. Crying is so good when you're having those moments. Just let yourself cry. Let yourself when I have a good cry, and it doesn't happen all the time, but when you finally get to that point where you just have to let it out, it feels good to have the emotions out. And I think that's why we cry in the first place. We're releasing all of that. And I think it's healthy. So
it is.
Even if you're a man, listen, if you're a man, cry. It's okay.
That's right.
Doesn't mean you're
any less we'll hold ya.
If you're cute.
Yeah. There's a few qualifications, but we'll hold you.
I'm just joking. We're just joking. But
We're kind of
anyway,
kidding.
Kind of. Yeah.
If you're not kidding, if you're not cute, we'll find somebody else to hold you, but somebody will be holding you. It's okay.
Oh my gosh. I'm so glad it's Thrive O'Clock, honestly.
And it is. It is actually, this is a great time, everybody. Thank you for joining in. Laura, thank you for talking back and forth with us. Andrew, and everybody, Wendy, who is joining in with us today, thank you so very much. Mandy, it was great to have you here today. And before we go and we say we'll see you on Monday, do either of you wonderful ladies have anything that's on your mind that you're just burning to share?
I don't think so. Thanks for having me. It's been a blast.
Oh, wait.
It's nice to see your faces.
I do want to send a happy birthday out to Jennifer Casa-Todd today and Tisha Richmond tomorrow. That is on my mind. They're two of our best friends. So
yes, so wonderful. And also remember that Mandy has some free webinars coming up. And if you look on the bottom of the screen, you can see the ticker. It says mandyfroehlich.com. If you're not following Mandy on Twitter, which you probably are, but if you're not, you find her on Twitter. She's great to follow. She's got a lot of resources that she's always sharing, and you could follow her blog too. I read all her blogs. They're great. But thank you so much. Oh, we have one more comment before we go. Oh, yes, Laura, you have a great weekend too.
Laura. Thanks, Laura. You too. Feel better.
Yes, feel better. We'll see you guys on Monday. Bye.